Okay, so last video I went to the neurologist and they actually did a bunch of tests where, they tested like my hand and feet sensation and things like that. They hooked me up to like electrodes and zapped my muscles and stuff, which was really freaking weird. Then they actually put needles in my muscles and had me contract and push down on my muscles and stuff like that to see, that there is any like, I don't know, atrophy or lack of something in the muscles. And and then after that, they sent me for a bunch of blood work. And some of that blood work came back, and basically, some markers of inflammation. I tested positive for Sjogren's syndrome, which is like an autoimmune disease, and it's also actually sometimes accompanied with like lupus. And I actually have been having this like rash around my nose and cheeks, which is it's actually a butterfly-shaped rash that accompanies like lupus symptoms. So I might just have that as well. Obviously, none of this I had, and this was I didn't have any of this before I got off Zoloft, and I did some research into this, and actually these autoimmune diseases, they can be triggered by various things, which is why they can come out of nowhere. And basically, one of the ways that they can be triggered is through a drug interaction. So I guess you can kind of connect the dots there, that basically my interaction with Zoloft, basically triggered this. So yeah, I mean, that's what I'm looking at now, and I haven't spoke to the doctor yet. So I'm waiting to hear back about that and what's next. And but I mean, for those who feel that this is that PSSD is some sort of autoimmune neuroinflammation, I mean, it very well could be. And some people on Reddit that I've read about, obviously I've went down the rabbit hole, started looking at people that have had like IVIG infusions or treatments for autoimmune disease. And some people, when they start receiving these IVIG infusions, they do better, and they have some of their PSSD symptoms go away, or they heal a little bit. I've yet to stumble across anyone who's actually like 100% got better. But there are some people that went from like zero libido to like having libido again, and erectile dysfunction is cured and stuff like that. So I don't know, and I mean, from the information that I've gathered, that IVIG infusions you do them like once a month. They could be unpleasant. They could have unpleasant side effects. One of which is migraine headaches while you're doing it. And then you got to continuously do it. I don't know for how long. Maybe after a while, maybe you don't have to do it anymore. I don't know, but it seems like something that you got to continuously do to see the benefits of it. And having your doctor like send you for this treatment, it probably has to be approved by the insurance. And I don't even know if my situation is one which I would actually receive IVIG infusions, or if it's some other anti-inflammatory. They might just want to give me like prednisone or some shit just for flare-ups or something. I don't know. I don't know. This is all just speculation. But at least there's a few markers in my blood work and tests that I've done that indicate that, yeah, there is some sort of inflammation going on, and I actually am positive for this Sjogren's syndrome, whatever the fuck that is. And it's kind of an unpleasant thing because, it gives you it attacks particular glands, basically, and they're glands that keep your eyes watered and your mouth watered and things like that. So it is unpleasant. It does reduce your quality of life, I'm reading. And I've been feeling fatigued. Now, I don't know if maybe some of this inflammation, because this is kind of like a pivotal moment. I just came off of doing keto for a long time and started eating more of a standard diet, and I have been cheating a lot lately. Basically, I just been kind of giving up. I just don't fucking care anymore. My life has been so shitty. I'm just like, you know what, fuck it. I've tried everything. It's like, I might as well just enjoy a few things. So I don't know if some of that inflammation is actually triggered by me and my eating habits right now. It probably is. But I don't know if that'll, obviously the syndrome or whatever is like, it is what it is. But so yeah, that's an update with that. I'm still waiting to hear back from the doctor on what the next steps will be, any further testing, what a treatment plan could look like. And yeah, so another thing that I actually tried recently is I had this for a while, that I was going to try it a while ago, but never did. It's a Force Factor Test 180X, which is just basically like a over-the-counter like supplement that helps boost your testosterone. So I started taking that. First night, I noticed, I took it in the morning, right? I only actually took half a dose, because you're supposed to take two with your first meal, 2 with your second meal, or whatever. So really, you're supposed to take 4 pills. I only took 2. And I've actually, like this past week, I've been kind of gaining on the sleep front, where I've actually been getting more sleep. And that's because I've been trying these edibles and combining that with 400 milligrams of magnesium. And it's kind of been working for me. So this past week, I was having, some pretty decent success, where I was sleeping like 5 hours on average doing this stuff. But since I tried that Force Factor stuff, which it does have a lot of caffeine in it as well, I noticed that the last 2 nights I haven't slept like at all. Like pretty much the first night I tried it, I slept 30 minutes. And I remember specifically because it was like 4:30 and I get up at 5. And I remember I like looked at the clock at 4:30 and I actually happened to fall asleep and have like a mild dream. And then I woke up at 5 and I was like, oh fuck, I only got like 30 minutes of sleep. So, and then the second night, which was last night, I got like literally no sleep. Like it gives me like this restless feeling, and I can only imagine it's because of maybe the caffeine and the stimulating effects with it. So I don't know. And I noticed nothing, absolutely nothing in terms of blood flow or arousal or anything like that. So it's like, I don't know, if it's starting to affect my sleep, then fuck it. I mean, a lot of these supplements, it's like they're not gonna cure this shit. I mean, it's like I was gonna try ginkgo, but it's like, okay, well, no one's ever cured from it. There's no, like, mechanism behind it that's going to reverse whatever the fuck. I mean, basically, a cure from PSSD would come in the, it would have to be something, a supplement or a drug or something that would, basically reverse something that has happened. Or, like, some sort of agonist to, like, let's say you had, if you're one of these people that believes in, like, it's, like, deregulated some sort of receptor, then there would have to be some sort of agonist to that receptor. I mean, that's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, in some of these, and I'll try supplements, hey, it had horny goat weed in it. If it can make me horny or give me some sense of libido, okay, I'll try it, whatever. But, I mean, it's not going to do me any good if it's not letting me sleep either. So, I just decided I'm just going to stop that. Yesterday was my first day stopping it. So, let's see how I sleep tonight, if I'm going to bounce back from that or not. Yeah, so that was something I tried. It didn't go very well the first couple of days. I basically couldn't sleep from it, so I just discontinued trying it because, at this point, I'm desperate for any kind of good sleep. So anything that affects sleep, I can't fuck with it. Unless it's like something that's like, like, hey, do this drug treatment. It's been shown to reverse, the PSSD in everybody, but it comes with like a week of no sleep. I'd be like, fuck it, yeah, do it. Let's do it. Like, So yeah, I mean, I don't know. My honest opinions right now, it's like, I just feel like my particular PSSD is so fucking severe that, like, can it even be fixed? Because, I mean, I apparently have nerve damage. I apparently have all this inflammation, and I have insomnia, and my genitals are wrecked. It's like, what is my quality of life looking like here? Not only that, like, my vision's fucked up and stuff, which I guess can be part of this syndrome. So it's like, okay, great. Like, now I know I have this shit, but the treatments that people have tried for it, do they actually fix these things that are wrong with me? It's like, I don't know. So, and does anybody know? And then the complexity of the situation, it's like, okay, now I have these syndromes or whatever, or I have an autoimmune disorder, but is that like now a downhill effect of having PSSD? I mean, let's say I start taking treatments for the autoimmune shit. Is that going to help the PSSD symptoms that I have of, like, basically having my, genitals castrated and having no libido? I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's been almost 9 months, and I'm just you know, the more shit I try, the longer time goes by, I'm just less optimistic about it and more realistic about, like, this just sucks, man, and I don't think I'm ever gonna get better, you know, like, and people are like, well, you can't have that mindset. It's like, yeah, but you can't be a fucking dumbass either. You can't just be walking through life, you know, faking yourself out like, hey, things are gonna be great. But it's like, yeah, okay, maybe in the beginning I had that mindset, but like after 9 months of dealing with this shit and like basically having no sexuality for like 9 months, it's like, man, I'm pretty fucking hopeless at this point. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I'm hoping to hear back from this doctor pretty soon to see what he says or any further testing, and I'll keep you guys updated, because I don't know, maybe this is maybe the severity of everyone's PSSD is based on the level of inflammation or something that they're incurring. You know, maybe mine's more severe and I have like neuropathy and shit like that. Maybe someone else, maybe it's just mild inflammation at the start, and they can, you know, turn it around by doing hormones or a fucking anostasol or whatever fucking gimmick thing they fucking tried and got lucky with, you know. It's hard to say. But in my opinion, people like me that have the more severe PSSD, I don't know. I don't think this is anything you're going to turn around with any sort of fucking treatment. I think it's like prolonged damage, but I don't know. All I can do is, you know, try. That's all I can do is try. So I'll keep you updated. Please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. You know, this kind of stuff is very important for everyone to become aware of, and especially me trying all these like different treatments and stuff. You know, what works, what is promising, what you could try, what avenue to you know, if this, let's say you know, I become cured off of discovering this is autoimmune, and then I get the IVIG, and then after 5 months it's like it cured all my symptoms, and fuck, that might be the, you know, the path that someone needs to advocate for to get themselves cured and feeling better. So yeah, it's important, and I really appreciate you guys that leave the comments and stuff like that. You know, I want this to be an open community where we can speak with each other, share information, and share knowledge of things, and so we can help each other out and heal out of this shit, because no one deserves this, and I feel for everybody who has this, not just me. You know, I can look in anybody else's shoes and understand that this fucking sucks, you know. So one way to help me out is hitting the subscribe button, hitting the like button, and sharing this content with other people that have, you know, our syndromes and PSSD. I appreciate it. Thanks.